We are here at my arcade bar here before open. I'm gonna turn on all these machines. I'm gonna give you a little tour of what machines we have in here and why we have them. All right, so kicking off right behind me here, we actually have our Hydro Thunders. This is in our, what we call our more interactive wall. Hydro Thunders is some really solid racers. We've cycled through a bunch of different racers over the years. Right now, these are the ones we've landed on. They are the most reliable and they're really good to us. Up next, we have our Drill-O-Matic. This is one of the prize redemption games. Honestly, we don't really like it. We actually have this one listed for sale right now, and we're trying to sell it. Then once we sell it, we'll get something new in here. And the same thing actually goes with our Paradise Lost. So this machine right here, it's a great machine. Honestly, people really love it. People play it a lot, but it's just huge. You can see, if I back up a lot here, you can see this machine is absolutely huge. We could probably fit at least 2 machines in that gap, especially because the Drill-O-Matic's an oversized machine as well. So if we sell these 2 machines, we can definitely fit 3 better machines here, and everything, we need to maximize our square footage here. So Paradise Lost, it's a great game. It's just too big and it doesn't get what it's like, but we do like to include that we have a shooter game and we also have a driving game, especially for the younger kids. Younger kids like to have interactive, actual physical objects that they can shoot with. Moving on to the next one, interactive, obviously our basketball. Basketball, this is one of our longest standing machines. This is one of the first machines that we got after we opened in this location. And it has been doing very well for all those years. Basketball, probably one of the most played games that we have here. Moving on to the other side, we have our Simpsons. This is kind of like the classic arcade game that I remember, that we remember. But again, we have to have some more interactive ones because not every kid wants to sit here and mash buttons and play with joysticks. And a lot of our demographic is families. Next one that we have is our prize redemption. We have a stacker here. It's all right. I honestly don't really like it, but it makes us money. Kids really like it. I want to get rid of it. We made it as easy as possible for them to win, but we just don't put very high value prices. I need to restock, but usually it's just keychains and then kind of basic stuff. So then if they win, we're not really out anything. Then we have our Tekken. It's a Tekken 4 machine, but it's actually running a bunch of different Tekken games. This is another one that we have for sale right now that we're trying to sell and then put something better in its place. And then lastly, we've got our Donkey Kong. This is just a multi-cade, but it's actually made by, there's a local guy that is a huge Donkey Kong enthusiast. He actually made this cabinet. He has so many cabinets in his basement, and then he was moving. He's like, hey, Travis, do you want this? And I was like, yeah, of course I want this. So he comes by every once in a while to make sure that he still has a high score on that. Moving around to this side on the interactive games, we have a Super Chex. This is actually really new. We just got this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. This has been really popular ever since we got it. And moving on to the next section, we have our most popular with the old heads. It's our pinball machines. So we've got a bunch of different pinball machines here. I'm just gonna turn them all on. We've got some new ones since the last video that I made. We've actually got a handful of new ones. Throughout all the machines, we like to keep them fresh, have something new, have something fun. So then every time you come in here, it's not the same thing. We have limited square footage. We're not the biggest space, so I can't just always have new machines. I have to cycle some out. So most recently, we actually just got this Gladiators pinball. I really love this one. This is my favorite pinball that I think we've ever had. And then we also just got this Williams Millionaire machine. This one, I don't know what it is. It's not the fanciest machine, but I really like the way it plays, the way it feels. It's really, really awesome. And then we have Teed Off and Street Fighter 2. These ones we've had for a little bit longer, but they're really fun games. I really like them, and I really like our current lineup that we have here. Always want to get more pinball machines, but they are really expensive, and I'm in a really small city. I'm gonna make a separate video about that. Pausing that video real quick. I'm currently editing the video, and I realized that I completely forgot to include our claw machine. You can see it a ton in the background of the video as I'm walking around showing all the different things. But this is our claw machine. It's honestly really popular. It's relatively new. It's one of our newer machines. It's right here by the door, which is probably part of the reason that it's really popular. But kids absolutely love it. It's relatively easy to win, and there's some good prizes in there. I joke with my wife and my business partner that right now, because of the new Toy Story coming out, we need to get a bunch of little alien plushies for the claw. But yeah, back to the regular video. Next, we have an all-time classic. This is, I think this is the only thing that's still in here on the arcade side that's been in here since we actually opened this location, and that is our air hockey table. Air hockey is incredibly popular. When we first opened, it was actually right here where this table was, and then before we had the pinballs, there, we had a pool table here, so it was the air hockey and the pool table side by side there. Air hockey has always been incredibly popular. We had to actually get different pucks for it because it was so loud that like you couldn't have a conversation in here. I actually used to live above this business, and I'd be sitting there in my living room with my wife, and I could just hear the ting 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 of the air hockey. So we got the rubber pucks. Some people complained it doesn't play as well, but I need to have sanity, and I need to have my staff be able to hear what's going on in the facility. Next up, what we've got here is our racing simulators. These are kind of new, I guess. We've been open for 9 years. We only had these for a couple years, but these have gotten increasingly popular to the point that we're actually going to invest and get a couple more. We've just made some good upgrades. We're running here. We have the Moza Racing direct drive wheels. We got the pedals. They're like the rumble seats, so they go, and then they're powered by custom gaming PCs. So we have a ton of different games you can play on that. And I really like these. I've gotten into F1 recently, so it's a lot of fun. We have like the F1 style wheels here, but then we also have like the regular style wheels as well. And up next we have, I guess, one of the stars of the show is our virtual reality section. So we have 6 different VR booths that you can rent out by the hour. We have tons of different games. We also do virtual escape rooms. So we work with a specific company that makes like specific games that they all link up together, and then you can play virtual escape rooms together. Honestly, they're good. They're not as good as like real escape rooms, but I really like the variety that we have, like 15 different ones that you can pick from, so you don't have to have 15 different ones. I'm in a really small city, so I don't know how feasible traditional escape rooms are. There's been a handful that have opened and closed, so this is kind of like our hybrid, so if you don't want to drive an hour to a bigger city, then it's here. This is what I actually opened up the business with just virtual reality. That was 9 years ago now. And that was a lot of fun, and that's kind of what we were known for, but we've kind of grown into having everything else that's here. But yeah, they all are running brand new, upgraded wireless headsets. When we first opened, it was the old school tethered headsets with the base stations. Those sucked. So now all new, brand new, upgraded headsets. You can link all together, or you can play single player, whatever you want to do. And the last piece of actual gaming that we have is our console section. So we have a bunch of different console games here where you can play new consoles and old consoles. We have a whole wall of retro games behind me there. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, we have a bunch of different games that you can come, whether you want to play like old school Halo or whether you want to play like Mario Kart. We've got it all. And those are just people just come in, hang out, and play those typically when they're done playing like pinball or VR, the racing simulators or something like that. And then over here, we actually have a fully licensed bar. So we have a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different alcohol, a bunch of different drinks. We have a lot of stuff on can. We carry a lot of little different like local crafts. We want to support local. I have a full menu of video game themed cocktails, video game themed fun that we work with there. And then we also have a full food menu that we work with in partnership with the bowling alley right next door to us. And then the last piece to this whole puzzle that we have is we have a full retail section here. This is the first thing that you see when you first walk in the door. We have a full retail section here with everything retro gaming, TCG, all the fun that comes with that. This is actually a separate business. It's a thing that confuses a lot of people. This is a separate business called Retro Play Games. I encourage you to check them out, but they just sublet from us. Obviously our demographics mesh together very well, but it's a separate business that we came together, we were working together, and then over COVID, I was sitting here empty, and where he was used to run out of a market, they completely closed. So we decided to form some sort of partnership and come together, but it is a separate business here, but there's a ton of different stuff. And it really works well because his customers get to benefit from my stuff, my customers get to benefit from his stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that is kind of the full updated arcade tour for summer 2026. Again, with the machines, we're constantly swapping them out, constantly getting new things, because as you see, we don't have the biggest space. But if you have machines that you think that I should get, drop them in the comments. I always want to hear from people. People come in, they play what we have, but if there's something that you really want to see that me get, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.